Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna be ranking the every Little Nightmares character. Apart from some of the ones in the comics, this into nowhere because I haven't. I've only read the first two issues, so there's going to be a few that I won't be able to rank here. We're mainly going to focus on the main game. I think I'm first going to go with the residents. After that, I'll probably do like the protagonists. By the way, shout out to who made this. Who made this tier list? Like Griff Main. They made this tier list. I've seen this. I've seen this list existing for a while now. They keep updating it when there's new residents or characters revealed. So yeah, they put a lot of work into this, as you can see, with all of the icons. So yeah. Um, yeah, I guess we should just start with little numbers one, right? Yeah, first of all, I'd say probably the gnomes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start with the actual residents. I'm gonna start with the actual residents. I'm gonna skip the gnomes for now. Um, yeah, and then we'll continue like that. So, uh, I can't really say that. The man right here, he didn't really have a lot of lore relevancy. I don't think. I feel like I mean, there wasn't really any story behind him, I don't think. Like, not any evident, like, there wasn't any evident theory material necessarily that would actually lead to one answer. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like there's not really one answer to this guy right here. So, like, I'm gonna put him, I don't really, I'm gonna put him in D for now. Pretty morbid for a little numbers game, so that's pretty cool. Um, The leeches, I'm not a big fan of the leeches. I think in the DLC Secrets of the Maw, they were utilized a lot better though. With like the amount of speed they got, they were underutilized. I think in the DLC. However, um, so I think that I'm gonna put them like just above the man right here. The janitor's no, the petrifying eye. Sorry. Honestly, I would say um, they make for a pretty cool mechanic. I like how they kind of made it return for the monster baby because I think the monster baby has this mechanic. Like the mechanic is done a lot better for the monster baby. I think, it's like how dynamic and more like unpredictable it is, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, no, I'd say I'd put the petrifying eye like in C. I think no. Maybe above the leeches, like right above the leeches in the. Um, Now the janitor is great, honestly. He's not my favorite. He's definitely up there. I think I'm gonna put him. He has a lot of like fun sections. I wish we saw a bit more of him. I mean, yeah, okay, we don't read. We see him in two chapters if you exclude the DLC for Little Numbers One, but he doesn't really appear a lot in the prison. So I'd say probably put him in S for now. It might change. He might go to A, but for now, he's a cool character. He's really creepy. He's got great sound design as well. I love his design. He's very iconic. The shoe monster, that guy's just going like right here. I don't like the shoe monster, and like kind of the same with the hanging man. Or like I'm kind of like, what were they going for here? I'm not sure. Like there's just it can't be a guess because like guess with the size of their bodies can't move this quickly through a bunch of shoes. There's like no there's like no direction really here and what it could be, which kind of bothers me. Um, and like we only see it once and never again. It's like never brought up again. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Uh, oh well, it's not the worst thing you've seen, obviously, but like I'm not a big fan of the shoe monster. The bread giving boy, we're putting him in S tier now. Um, I mean, he did help us out a lot, so he's going to C tier. There's not a lot more to say about him. I mean, he is pretty interesting in the comic, I think. In the 2017 comics, he's pretty interesting there. He doesn't make a big appearance, but I think he appears in like two frames. But I don't know. I'll put him in C. The twin chefs. I mean, they're. I think. Yeah, no. I definitely put him with the janitor. Do I put them above the janitor though? They make for a lot of fun bits. They're not very intimidating though. Um, their AI isn't the smartest either. So like I think like while the kitchens are probably my favorite area in Little Numbers One, it is like the most goofy area I think. Which kind of takes away from the. I mean, okay, they do make for some close calls for when you like run from them. So I guess it's. I think I'll put them below the janitor though. Yeah, I do really like them. Um, Wait, let me put Dark Six with the other protagonist. The guests. I probably put the guests. I mean, we didn't get a lot of screen time with them. I can usually finish the guest chapter, the guest area in like what, like 5 minutes. It's a very short chapter. Same for the lady. Um, I probably put the guests. I mean, they are pretty creepy. I probably put them in B. I think maybe in C. Uh, I'm gonna put them in B. No, no, I'm gonna put them in C for now. But they might end up in B. Honestly, I'm not sure. Now, the lady is the main antagonist of Little Numbers One. Um, I'm I'm gonna say right now, I'm not the biggest fan of the lady. I feel like she was very unexplored. Um, like a lot of the stuff that's seen on the website of Little Numbers One, like her character description. Let me see. No, no, okay, I won't look it up now. But like her character description says tells like so much more about her than what the actual game explores in the end. And I feel like she was kind of rushed in both the main game and like the DLC. I mean, we had a whole DLC chapter devoted to her, and like she barely appeared in it for a second. I mean, there was one bit where she was actually hostile. The other stuff is just cutscenes, right? There was one bit in the DLC where she's actually hostile, and that's in the first sneaking section, which is just very reminiscent of the one in the main game, which kind of sucked. I was hoping for a bit more to see from her, especially in a chapter which is devoted to her specifically. Um, I have quite some issues with Secrets of the Mall. I won't lie. Like I kind of wished for an other character to return other than the janitor. I guess it shows like the timeline, right? But it's like I was kind of wishing for anything other than the janitor again instead of just reusing character. But oh well. I'm gonna put the lady in B. She has some mystery to her, but I feel like a lot of it could have been explored a bit more. I'm not sure. Um, Wax Bellman, well, he's a cut character, so it's hard to say a lot about him. I think he was gonna like stalk us through mirrors, right? That's kind of what was shown at Gamescom, I think, when Little Numbers One was announced, or somewhere around that time range. Um, but mm, I mean, he's a cut character, so like it's not really a lot. There's not. I don't really know a lot. I can't really give good judgment about him. Obviously, um, I mean he's probably just going here. Okay, no, okay. Like design wise, he goes above the man right here. The third chef, kind of the same idea. I think he would have been a lot. He would have made the chapter a lot more cluttered. I think. So he's gonna go here, like right here. Yeah. Um, the flashlight grill. Um, She has a small little story, and I think she perhaps has more relevance to the story than we might think at first glance. Um, I don't play the DLC often, so I kind of forget she exists now and then. Um, but um, yeah, I'd probably put her like. I mean, she has a nice little story, so she goes like right here. That seems fair, with like an actual antagonist and like a Shoe monster. So she's going right here. Yeah. The granny is great. I really like her. She has a lot of close calls. She's really creepy. I'm not sure about like she was cast away to the depths. I'm not sure why still. I feel like that still remains a mystery. It's not. I feel like that could have been explored a little. I don't feel like there's any actual evidence leading to something like that. I don't know. Um, there probably is something. I haven't really spotted anything though. That's the problem. She's a cool character though. She's not. She is somehow more forgettable for me. To me, so like, I'd probably put her right here. Yeah. No. Maybe an A. No. No. Okay. No. Okay. Because her. Let me say it like this. Her the amount of close calls is cool, right? But like similar to the hunter, he's a cool character, but he just has only chase. Like there's only chase with him. There's a little bit of stealth, but you can kind of just rush through those sections and then you have more chase. So it's like I kind of wish they did more with the granny than simply chase. I get that there's a lot of restrictions with the water though, so uh, I'm gonna put her in A. I think I do really like her. Hey, Nightmare. You also including Reanimal or no? No, no. I'll probably do Reanimal. Maybe I'll do Reanimal for another time. Maybe with the second DLC once that releases, I might make a list then. Like who knows? But I'm not sure. I might forget at that point. But yeah, we'll like we'll see. Sure. Um. Hello, Oscar. Welcome to the stream. You agree? Okay, that's nice. No, like so far. Okay. Oh wait, where's the Shadow Kids? Now the Shadow Kids in Little Numbers One, they kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of them. Shadow Kids in Little Numbers Three, though, they had a great mechanic. I love the two flashes. These are the ones. These are the Lost Remains from Little Numbers Three, the DLC. I'm gonna base it off of that, right? I'm gonna base it off of that. So unless there's no, no, I'm gonna say there's not probably. No, okay, so this is listed as Shadow Kids. They are like a different entity, I think, but uh, no, not right here. I'll probably put them above the lady. Again, I'm not a big fan of the lady. Um, but yeah. Um, the boy in green. Okay, so we got. I don't think we got his story. No, okay, we got the refugee boys' story and got the humpback girls' story. Um, yeah. So I like this design. It's simple, but like it's pretty cute design. Same for her. They're probably going to get her in the list. There's not a lot of difference in like we didn't get their stories in the end. That was just cut. So I'll probably put them right here. Refugee Boy, I really like his story. I think I'll put them probably here. I like his story a lot. I mean, okay, I need to divide this from like actual gameplay stuff, right? Because it's there's no gameplay, it's just a comic. So I need to think differently about this. I don't need to compare these two because they're like totally different things, right? When it comes to mechanics and stuff. Because the one is reading, the one is actual gameplay, right? So I like his story a lot. I'm gonna not look at the other characters with the comic ones, right? So you know what? I'll put him right here. Yeah, that seems fair. Um, Humpback Girl. I like her story a lot too. Um, 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 hold on. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. All right. Yeah, so let's just see. Yeah, sorry for the wait. I got called, so um Humpback Girl, I like her story as well. Um I'm gonna say I'll probably put her like no, I like the Mirror Man story a little less than the North Wind, so like I'm gonna put her like right beside. That seems fair, honestly. Bandage Kid, kind of the same here. I really would have liked to see like what was up with his design, because like what's up with the glowing eyes, right? And like, but no, we never got a story. I mean, he okay. I almost say any spoilers, but yeah, but we don't really get his story in the end. Ferryman, yeah, Ferryman's really great. I love his like the amount of furies you can deal with him. I think he's such an interesting character. Um, I'm not sure who voiced him in The Sounds of Nightmares, but that was a they put down like a great performance as well. He's got such a cool design, very iconic. Um, he's great. Like I find him such an interesting character. So yeah, he's going up there definitely. Um, the sister from the refugee boy is probably going right here. Yeah. The twist that they did with her, no, okay, right here, yeah, like the twist that they did with her was really cool. um she doesn't speak though, um so like you really need to pay attention to like expressions. Oh yeah, this is the villagers from the comics. I mean, they simply just ran after them, so like they're going here. There's not a lot going on. There is some lore relevancy there, for sure, but like there's not a lot. There's not a whole lot going on with them. Like they appear in one frame. So Northwind, yeah, he's. Do I put him above? I'm a massive fan of the Northwind. Do we put him above the Ferryman? No, no. Okay, Ferryman has like more relevancy, I think. So I'll just put these beside each other for now. I think they're great. Um, the boy who got tall. Like, I put him like right here, I think. Yeah, okay. I think I'll put him right here. The boy got fourth. Um, mm, this seems fair, right? I think so. And then we have the boy who got strong. He didn't really have a lot more going. I mean, they all didn't have a whole lot going on. Um, I'll probably put him right here. Yeah, probably like this. The Mirror Man is pretty cool. Not the biggest fan of the Mirror Man for some reason. I didn't find him as intimidating as the North Wind or something like that. He didn't really have much character either. So like I'll put him like right here, I think, in between. Um, Red Scarf Kid from Very Little Nightmares, a game that's probably the most. No, no, wait, I think I played it before Altered Echoes. So Altered Echoes will be the most recent Little Nightmares game that I've played. Um, I really enjoyed Very Little Nightmares. I thought it was pretty great. I've only played it once though. I really need to replay it soon. Um, but yeah, I probably let it go and like let them go and like what? Where would I put them? Mm, I mean, um, it's kind of sort of what they did with Flashlight Girl. Only like a lot longer. Like the Red Scarf Kid is seen throughout the entire game. You can kind of see what happens with them throughout the entire story, which is really it's like a nice little side story, and it's honestly pretty dark too. So I enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. I think I'll put them right here, like above the bread giving boy. Yeah. The Craftsman, I don't think he had a lot of screen time. It's been a while since I played. Um, a monster, by the way, is going slightly above the shoe monster because they have a bit more like mechanic stuff going on, I think. So like that, yeah, like with puzzles and stuff. So like I'm gonna put him right above the shoe monster, but it's not very memorable either. Craftsman, I think I'll put them like um no, not granny level. Maybe above the guest. Maybe in B. Maybe. Okay, you know what? I'll put him in B. I think. Yeah. Slightly below the lady. No, should I don't know. No, okay, I'll put him right here. Um, the butler, I like the butler a lot more. I don't think he had a lot of screen time, but like he was pretty intimidating, pretty pretty creepy, honestly. So yeah, no, this seems fair. I think Pretender. Well, I mean, we really didn't get a lot of her. Um, I don't know. She didn't really intrigue me all too much. Aside from her being the only childlike resident from with like alone, which is interesting. Uh, I but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Pretender. Like I probably put her like uh, probably probably above here. Yeah, yeah, probably indeed here. It's not a terrible character, not at all. Craftsman is my favorite. Yeah, honestly, fair. I just haven't played in a while, so it's hard for me to say. Um, his design is really cool, by the way. It's just hard for me to say, um, really say like what I think of him because again, it's been a while since I played. Okay, so let's just first rank these guys and then put them in the list. So I think the toddler story was kind of confusing. I think it was done in like I mean, you hear like the Monster Six scream in the comic, and it's like the forest isn't accurate to the one in Little Numbers 2. It's like what is it like? I'm not sure. It's like birch, I think, like birch trees. It kind of looks like that, and then we have like I mean, it's two different types of like tree types compared to the comic and the wilderness. While it's supposed to take place in the same area, so it's really not up to date. And then they just put in a Monster Six Scream, which I've seen a lot of people theorizing that. Like, wait, why was the Monster Six Scream there? I'm pretty sure that that was just something they used for that moment, nothing more. I feel like it was. I don't think it had a lot of lore relevancy, um, apart from showing where the glitching remain originated from, I guess. But then again, the locations down the line, which kind of bothers him. So I'll probably put him. Okay, I'll leave him here. The Spoon Girl is Probably slightly above her, like above him. I don't know, like it was less confusing, I guess. It was a pretty simple story in the end, but I think a bit more iconic with like digging in the wilderness. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, but no, but Spoon Girl. Um, I'll probably put her like right above the toddler. I mean, it's the Lollipop Kid. Yeah, so the Lollipop Kid is actually the glitching remain, not the glitching remain of like the one we see in the schoolyard. I was confused with that for a while. Then I realized it's the one that we find in the one locker in the main game. That's the Lollipop Kid. So it's like uh, I find him a bit more intriguing. There was more going on with him too. It wasn't as confusing as the toddler. So I'm gonna put him above them, and like I think right here, like between these two. And then Ghost Kid was. I like how they showed how kids tend to like survive in the nowhere a lot more with Ghost Kid. Like it was like he had to look for food and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting to see. Again, not a whole lot going on. Um, I'll probably put him right here. I do like his design. It's pretty cute. The kid in overalls. I always had the idea that these kids were kind of excluding Mono from everything. I'm not sure why. I mean, he definitely like stood out from them. Like he wore like a whole coat and like the bag over his head. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like I'll put him right here. I think. I also really like Ghost Kid. It's hard to rank these guys because it's like there's not a whole lot going on with them. I don't think. Um, I think this is my list, so I'll put them like. I mean, they're not really going above. Maybe these are the ones that have story. They don't really have anything going on at all. I don't think the girl said anything at all. I'm not sure. Um, the kids said nothing. Kind of wish they did. But yeah, okay. You know what? I'll just put them like this because it's hard to rank them honestly. Um, the hundreds victims. So like doing the victims in general. Um, I would probably. I mean, they have a lot more going on ever since Little Numbers 3 and the Backstage released. Um, they have a lot more lore relevancy since those games released. So I'm gonna say I'll probably put them like. And it's not only the kids, like every single victim, right? Especially the family in the cabin has a lot more relevancy now. Yeah, with alter echoes as well. The hunter is at least A. Um, yeah, yeah, probably, yeah, yeah. No, he's not at the same level as the lady. So like, yeah, okay, I'll put him in A, definitely. Yeah. The victims probably above the kids here. They have a cool story, but yeah. Um, the glitching remains. I think it's pretty straightforward what they are. Um, they're basically the souls of like either taken by the residents in the Pale City or the Finmen themselves, I think. Uh, uh, 1 second. Oh yeah. Okay, so glitching remains just kind of like the kids who like passed in the Pale City area of the nowhere with the lost remains. It's caused by I can't really say it on stream, I guess, but it's like it's like the stuff that happens in the backstage, right? And then we have the Shadow Kids who um well they're like the souls taken by the lady. Um so yeah, I mean Hunter, yeah, no, I'll probably put him like above the sister. The Hunter, I I think he's cool. He's going in A tier. I think he's cool, but I wish they did a lot more with him. He doesn't really have any close calls like the lady does, so I'm probably gonna put him below the lady. The lady, the granny. Yeah, no, I'll put him. I'll probably put him right here. Yeah, yeah, no, that seems fair. I'm a big fan of the teacher. I think she could have gotten a bit more screen time. She does get a bit more screen time in Altered Echoes, which was absolutely terrifying. That was nightmare fuel. Yeah, no, she's definitely S tier. I prefer over the gender, honestly. I prefer over the gender, yeah. The bullies. I'm not a big fan of the bullies. I initially was, but then I read their description. It says like they are straight up evil. If no parents to tell them what to do or what not to do. It's like that's the opposite of what a bully is. But people bully because of stuff going on in their lives. Usually, it's like it's like and. Bullies aren't straight up evil, so it's like their entire concept is kind of just thrown away by that whole straight up being evil thing. I don't really get why they did that. Um, they're creepy, but they're pretty creepy, but the combat is just it's very repetitive. Unlike antagonists like the puppets won't have the same thing going on every time you play. Like they'll have like a different path that they take because they move around freely. The bullies are so quick that they'll always just come from one direction. You can't really dodge them. You need to hit them, and that's really it. So it's like they're going in probably probably right here. They add life to the school, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. The lunch lady, I mean, yeah, no, I think it's good that they removed her, unless the cafeteria was a lot bigger. Um, Teacher's one of the best bosses. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. She's honestly terrifying, especially in Altered Echoes. Like I was screaming during that bit. God. Um, but yeah, so teacher goes right here. Lunch lady is like, um, I mean, she's a cut character. I think she could have had some cool bits, but it's like there's again, it's hard to say. She's probably going here. The living hands. They kind of work the same way as the bullies. They're able to dodge though, which makes for a bit more interesting combat. The backstory is interesting of the lunch lady. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's not a whole lot to her. I'm pretty sure she was just like taken down by some bullies and then put in there. Unless there's more to her that I don't know about. I don't know. It's fun to like imagine what she would have been like, though. I do think so. But again, that's pretty much canoning at this point because there's not a lot to work with. Um, but yeah, the living hands, it's like their combat is a bit better than the bullies. I feel like they were kind of just put into like the hospital to be like, okay, we need some more combat before we go to like all the stuff going down with the Fin Man and all that stuff, right? Six being taken. So I think I'll put them above the bullies, but they're not a lot more interesting. I don't think. The patients, um, they're pretty creepy, but they're also very easy to dodge. I will say they're very easy to dodge. Um, Once you've played the game for a while, you know the tactics. It's like it kind of gets boring. It's kind of a drag sometimes to go through the hospital patient section again because you'll just know which path to take, and you can just kind of just use the flashlight, spray it, you know. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of them. They're probably going. I mean, they're going above the glitching remains. So that's really it, I think. Yeah, the Doctor. I was excited for the Doctor when I saw the trailers of Little Numbers 2. He ends up getting two rooms, and a chase, and that's it. I feel like a lot of the stuff we see in the concept art for the hospital just looks a lot more incredible, I think. I like the idea of the Doctor, yeah, but it's like I feel like he's so underexplored. Um, I think only after Little Numbers 3 really added more with like the mask and stuff, like he's a bit more interesting to me. Like we see how, I mean, we see how he's still a bit more like he was actually doing business with like other areas, you know? So that's pretty interesting, but it's like gameplay wise, he breaks very easily. I mean, literally like every playthrough I have of the hospital, he will get stuck in the wall, and I'll just be able to get the fuse and escape, you know, and that kind of stuff. Like he'll just be stuck there. Um, I feel like he wasn't really polished. He's creepy. His design is pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of the Doctor, but um, no, I'm not the biggest fan of the Doctor, but yeah, I'll probably put him. I mean, I put him below the Hunter. Um, Probably like with the lady, honestly. I think I'll put him a little above the lady because I feel like he has a bit more lore relevancy. Also, the whole thing with the patient limbs being in the hunter's attic, and the doctor very likely to be is very likely to be wearing the hunter's actual face, right? Um, as we see in like the one image. Let me see if I can find it actually. Hunter face, Little Nightmares 2. Let me see if I can find it. Um, so, oh, let me open it. Oh, it's a short. Wait, let me just get the image. Look, this is the hunter's face right here, and then have a look at the doctor. I mean, that's literally him. If you move it around, like it's actually just him, really. Um, and when you look closely at the doctor, let me see if I can find that. Doctor. Uh, when you look closely at his render, you'll also see that. Oh, that's the hold on. Open image. There we go. Wrong one. I did open link. Okay, so when you look at, oh, it's not a very high quality, but like you can see the skin right here. Like he's definitely wearing a face. I'm pretty sure that's the hunter's face. Um, but yeah. So, but then again, I don't really know what direction they're going for there because there's not a lot of connections going on with the doctor, you know. I mean, like the waterness. Yeah, no, like I'm not a big fan of him. I'll put him in B, honestly. Um, the viewers, they add a lot of life to the Pill City. They were needed. I think they're not very difficult to get around, though. Most of them aren't really gonna be attacking you either. Um, I'll put him. I think I like him more than the guests, so I'll probably put him like right above the guests. Maybe if maybe above the bullies. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll put him right here. I'll be generous. I'll be generous. Um, and we have the male recipient, however you say it. Again, it's kind of like the man and is it the shoe monster? It's like we don't really know who this is. People theorized it to be the janitor, but I'm not sure how that works. Um, they use Monster Six's modules, like a bit of it, to use the to do the animation and everything. So it's like I don't really know what they were going for here. I guess it's just a fun little thing. Like, okay, there's someone living here in the Pill City, but like, why are they not? Why are they not? Uh, obsessed with the TVs? Why are they not like the viewers? Like, why are they actually heading for a door to like just grab a package? Right? I don't know. I feel like they were. I don't know what to think of them, honestly. I'll put him right here. I think Finman, kind of the same with Lady. I like him better though than the Lady. I prefer him over the Lady. He's creepy. Had a lot more screen time. Uh, I wish that he didn't appear before Monster Six didn't appear after him, because that kind of makes him feel less like the main villain sometimes. By the way, I'm not putting him in D. I just placed him for a second, but uh, no, but like, um, I kind of wish that they put him as the final boss, because it kind of overshadows Monster Six a lot, I think. Like, Monster Six is cool, but she's so forgettable. Like, I usually forget until I reach the tower. Like, oh wait, yeah, we're still gonna face Monster Six, and she's a cool character. She's intimidating. I like her final fight quite a lot. It's just he kind of overshadows her, and I feel like he could have been placed as the final boss. Um, he's cool. I don't know about S tier. Maybe. Okay, you know what? I'll put him in S tier, probably below the gender. Mm, no, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll put him right here. Yeah. Flash walls. It's a cool idea that the whole tower was basically this entity. That's cool. Um, Again, I feel like they were a little underexplored. They don't really. I mean, I do have an idea of what's going on with them, sort of. I haven't thought a lot about them, honestly, so it's like I can't really come with a lot of ideas right now. But it's like, um, no, okay, I'll put them below the patients. Probably right here. They're cool though. They're really gross. So that's pretty cool. Like, other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with them, I don't think. Television with an Eye, I mean, that's a cut character from Little Numbers 2. Kind of worked the same as the Petrifying Eye. Um, for some reason, Finman would stand behind that TV and like watch as you pass. Once the light turns off, right, for the TV. Um, uh, yeah, like, oh God, what did I do? I'm right here. Right? I think that was it. But yeah, television with an eye. I think I'll put him like right below the petrifying eye. I think. I think the mechanic would have been a lot simpler than the petrifying eye. So yeah, no, I think I'll put it like right below. The barber, again, kind of like the lunch lady. We haven't seen him. I feel like with the amount of like area that they got, just a simple barber store, which remains in the main game. It's like I don't really know. I mean, I feel like the spirit is, well, is like the ghost kid, but okay. The barber, it's kind of like the lunch lady. I think I prefer the design. I mean, we haven't really seen the face of the lunch lady except for in concept art. I think I prefer the barber. Yeah. Um, the spirit. I'm pretty sure that's just Ghost Kid, or that's what they were going for. Again, you know what? No, okay, I'm gonna put them like right here because there's really not a lot to go with here. I'll just put them below there. Um, the principal would have been cool to see. I don't think he would have done anything though, because I think they said on Twitter like he's actually dead. The Barbie is so interesting. We'd love to see him in game. Yeah, but I think like they would get such a short like area though. Like the entire store was just really small unless they tinied it down for the main game, right? Um, I don't know. I feel like it would might have maybe would have been a bit filler unless they really did a lot with the barber. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure what I'm saying. Like filler. It's kind of like what the school. No, okay, like a school is an area, the barber could have been an area, right? But yeah, I don't know. The principal is. I think they were confirmed to be dead already by the time that concept art image was made. So I don't think he would have done anything, even if he had appeared. That was like confirmed on the Little Knights account on Twitter, I think. Um, so like there wouldn't have been a lot going on with him. I think I'll like put him above the spirit. The nurses, I honestly really like the nurses. They were really creepy. A lot of lore relevancy and like I think I prefer them over the viewers. I think. Um, mm, yeah. I mean, they were really creepy, just standing so motionlessly, or well, like not able to walk. No, okay, they were able to walk around, but it's like they barely reacted. But it's done in such a creepy way, I guess. I don't know. They intrigue me more than the viewers. Something about them. I think I'll put them right here. I feel like that's fair. Yeah, they had a lot of life to the thing. I really like the stealth sections as well that they had, especially the first one that we see, the one where you have to like sneak through the room and then throw a bottle at like this like the right spot in the room, not let the bottle land too close to you either. It's very well done, I think. Monster Baby, I'm a big fan of Monster Baby. I really am. Her sound design is terrifying, first of all. She's she has such a cool design. She's very iconic, I think. And like the entire there's so much like amazingly executed like allegories behind her. It's like she's again. I don't know if I want to say this yet. I kind of want to leave this for another video somewhere in the future, so I'm not gonna say a lot about her. There's a lot of amazing like symbolisms and allegories going on, a lot of connections. The necropolis itself being like um very parallel to the institute as well. It's she's really cool. I really enjoyed her a lot more than I would have expected actually too. I think she's just really cool. I'll put her like probably in S tier. I prefer her over the Granny, for sure. Twin chefs, yeah, probably, yeah. Um, Mirror Man, yeah. I prefer her over the Thin Man, maybe. I think I'll put her right here for now. She might go past the Thin Man. I don't know. I was really, you know what? I think I'll put her right here. Yeah. The Dwellers. They made for like very like interesting storytelling, which I really enjoyed. Some backstory about the necropolis. It was like this whole story going on within the necropolis itself, kind of outside of the main game or like the rest of the game, right? Which I really enjoyed. I like how Supermassive gave the areas themselves like so many little stories as well, which is really fun to theorize on. Um, I've done a theory about them as well. Um, yeah, honestly, while they don't move, they're more interesting than the shoe monster or the dump monster for sure. Like they had a lot more lore relevancy. It's like they were just fun to theorize on. The shoe monster and dump monster feels so aimless there. I'm just like, well, why? I'm not sure what they were doing there. Honestly, the Beatles. Um, do I prefer them over the Flashlight Girl? I mean, she kind of had her own little story as well. Which one do I prefer? I think the Dwellers, because they had a lot more going on, like a grander story. So I think I'll put them right here. Um, the Beatles. Actually, I'll put them above the Leeches. I'm not a big fan of the Leeches, really. The Beatles. I like their combat. Unfortunately, they didn't appear a lot in the final game, but that's really just because so many people were asking or like we're like, I don't know, Necropolis far right, and then they added Night Necropolis, and I feel like that's why a lot like, I mean, not even that much got cut in the end. When you look at the trailers, there wasn't a lot that got cut. Like at least there's like the most that the most that got cut was like the dungeons in the necropolis, and like there's a few modifications to some rooms, but that's not really cutting stuff, you know. So like, yeah, no, it would have been cool to see more of them. I do think that that one fight is really neat, and albeit short. um but yeah, I do like them. Do I like them over the living hands? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, I think, do I? Do I? I think I'm gonna put him right. No, okay. I think I like him better than Hans. Yeah, Supervisor. I'm a mess fan of the Supervisor. She was terrifying. She's the first resident to actually scare me. Um, like genuinely scare me. The second being the puppeteer. Like I have a video up with together with where I played with Nightmare, and it's basically a compilation of us getting absolutely terrified. It's up on my channel if you want to check it out. It's in like the more recent videos. Uh, that was so fun, honestly. But like she's horrifying. She's genuinely horrifying, and I really enjoyed her. She's actually my favorite resident. I'm gonna say it right now. The puppet. Sorry to spoil that. The puppeteer is my favorite resident out of all of them. She is like she was terrifying. Her. Yeah, S plus. Supervisor's going in S plus. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I prefer him over the her over the Northwind, for sure. Ferryman as well, I think. Yeah. Yeah, like actual residents with gameplay, right? I'm gonna put the ones with gameplay mainly over the comic ones. Um yeah, definitely. The Candy Weevils, say what you want. I enjoyed them. I really did. Yeah, they're simple weevils, but like they just a mechanic with the light, and they give a lot of life to the factory. I love how they like only reside in the lower parts of the factory, um, because all of the candy is just being wasted there. There's not anything done with the candy there either. So it's like, and like the little mechanic you had with like being able to throw candy at them and them just eating it slowly. It's like so cool, honestly. They just make for fun puzzles. I really like them. Yeah, I would have never thought I would say anything like that over Weevils, but yeah, here we are. Do I prefer them over the nurses? Call me weird, but yeah, I think I do. I think I do. The herd. Now, are we talking fairgoers or the employee herd? Um, the employees didn't do a lot, but it did give a lot of life to the factory, a lot of allegories and symbolisms going on, and great storytelling, which I really enjoyed. Um, um, and then we have, mm, and we have the fairgoers. I just call them the fairgoers, like the carnival herd. I call them the fairgoers mainly, and but yeah, fairgoers. I really like them too. They had some like fun areas with some fun sequences with the blindfolded one. I really like that. Um, how he has to crash down the stand like that and down the one like small sneaking area with one of them. And just their whole story in Little Numbers 3 is so great. I love it. Um, I'm gonna put them right here, I think, above the Kenny Weevils. Yeah. Now the Kin. The Kin is a weird character for me because I love the Kin. I think is really, really great. But when I think about the Kin, I'm like, I don't know what to think of him. I don't know where to put him really. Um, he's really great. I would say he's S tier. Definitely S tier. Is he S plus? Is he S plus? That's the question there. Do we put him in S plus? Uh, I really like him. I think he's a really, really great character. The design is good. Yeah, absolutely. The wait, let me see if I can find this. Actually, a friend of mine on Discord made this. Let me see if I can find it. Uh, um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, I think I found it. I think I found it. Um, no, wait, it's not here. Maybe it's here. Mm, this is from May. No, I don't really see it. Okay, so I did find a different one. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the image. Let me get it real quick. Right here. So when you look at his body, right, it's like here's his head, but then you have his legs go all the way here. And then this is his torso. These are his legs. Look at that. And then his arm, this arm is super long. It reaches to like his knees. It's like it's he's kind of humanoid, but he's like he looks so wrong, and I love that about him. It's like his arm goes all the way to his knees, and then he has like a missing hand and stuff, and there's like his head looks disgusting. It's such a cool design, and then the suit and the pants, I love it. I think it's some really really great monster design. He's actually horrifying. His design or not no like the what am I saying? His his sound design is like great as well. Do I prefer him over the monster bee? I think I do. Do I prefer him over the janitor? Yes. Yes. Do I prefer him over the teacher? Um, I think I'm gonna say no. That's a hard one. I'm gonna put him right below the teacher, I think. Yeah. The Minikin was like really funny, honestly, and like also really horrifying. I think they kind of belong together, right? I think I'm gonna put him right here. Yeah. The puppets are great. I love their combat. Um, it makes for some really close calls. The teacher is better? Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Like slightly better. The puppets, it makes for some really close calls, which I really enjoyed. Um, do I prefer him over the hunter? No. Okay, I think I'll put them right here. Yeah, yeah, no. This seems fair, definitely. I really enjoyed them. Their fighting mechanic is so fun as well, especially in co-op. It's great. The fortune teller, we have like two of them in action, I think. I mean, there are like two of them, and there's definitely one in action. They don't do a lot. They give some life to the carnival. I like how one of them held like a statue, and so you have to find like a way around to actually get that statue without being petrified yourself. I enjoyed that. Um, Probably put them right here. Yeah. Hypnotist, well, he's absolutely amazing, and Nightmare's gonna kill me if I don't put him in a S plus at least. Uh, so like, yeah, no, like the hypnotist was amazing. Seriously, he's horrifying. He's like he has so much story going on. Oh, he's so great. I think I prefer. Okay, I like him better than the supervisor. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, what a great character, honestly. Yeah. No, like I don't know. Yeah, there's so much story going on, so much to theorize on, so much show and tell and stuff. Oh God, I love it. He's so good. He's horrifying and so intimidating. The ghosts, they're kind of like the glitch remains of the Institute, um, and kind of like the lost remains that we saw in the backstage. Um, I like them. I think they're interesting. Definitely, they really tie into a lot of like the environmental storytelling in the institute, which is great, albeit very dark. No, they're not going above the Doctor. Probably right here. I like them better than the glitching remains. I think. Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably put them right there. The plants, I really enjoyed the plants. I thought they had a really great mechanic. Again, they add a lot of life to the what is it? To the institute. Um, I really enjoyed them. I don't know. They were pretty simple, but I really enjoyed them. I like how we have to use the bow and arrow again in this bit with them. It's great. They weren't overused. They weren't underused either. So I think I'll put them like right below the Beatles. But yeah, I did like them. The backstage residents. I think they add a lot of fucking depth to the. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss. I think they add a lot of depth to the backstage. Uh, I love that they didn't reuse any assets for this guy. They made a whole new resident just to have him sit facing the other way. They made a whole new design for him. I think that's so cool. Oh yeah, and here's the other one. Uh, laying right there. I think that were really cool. They definitely have some theorizing material as well. I like that a lot. That was so satisfying to see when playing the backstage. It honestly was. and I think they're really intriguing still. Probably put them like right here, right there. Seems fair. The Puppeteer, well, that's my favorite resident. I just said it. I didn't mean to spoil that, but like she was terrifying. Her design is fantastic. Storytelling is great. It's like there's so much environmental storytelling, so much show and tell. Oh, I enjoyed her so much. She's creepy. The atmosphere, she matches the atmosphere, like the dark atmosphere of the backstage so well. She feels like she really belongs in the backstage. Her animation between the kin and the between the kin man, the kin man. Uh, the Fin Man or the Kin Man. Uh, no, but like the puppeteer, I really really enjoyed her. Yeah, I really did. I think she's great. You know what? Let me find that one video. I'll send the link in the chat. You can check that out later, if you want to. But like, yeah, no, that was so fun. She was like, you'll see how much fun I had with the puppeteer. She's great. I haven't had so much fun with a resident before, I don't think. God. And like every single time I play the backstage, it's just great. And like again, her storytelling and everything, it's oh my god. The hypnotist has great storytelling, a great design and everything, but I enjoy the puppeteer more. So like yeah, I'll put her like right above. Yeah. Yeah. I realized that I'm pointing at the video because I have the video on my second monitor. I was I was moving the cursor around. No, but like I'll put her like right there. Yeah, definitely. I really like her. Um Noon is a great character. Amazing performance from what's her name? Noon Thiessen VA. What's her name? The Sounds of Nightmares. What's the actress? What's her name? Amy Pershouse. Yeah, she put on a fantastic performance as Noon. Um, honestly, and yeah, she's just so cool. Her story and everything was so intriguing. I'll put her above the North Wind and below the Ferryman, like right beside the Ferryman. No, but like, yeah, no, I think that's same for Otto. I think I like Otto more than Noon. Uh, less than the Ferryman though. So yeah, this seems good. Yeah, definitely. Cece is very interesting. I think the backstage explored her very well. Um, yeah, only solidifying that yeah she has to be Raincoat Girl. Honestly, right here. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's her at this point. It would only make sense because Six wasn't the first owner of the raincoat, so Otto would never associate the raincoat with Six. So yeah, no, it has to be Raincoat Girl. Honestly, there's no other raincoat wearing kids. Um, I think that's so great. Honestly, more connections with Very Little Nightmares, and I'm so in for that. Um, she doesn't appear a lot though, so like I'll put her like right here, yeah, above the Refugee Boy. These three all have like really interesting stories. I think Cece is a lot more lore relevant, so I'll put her above, yeah, above the other two. Noon's parents. Oh, that's funny. Like used the images of the viewers. That's pretty fun. The one picture that we see in the Pill City. I mean, we don't really hear a lot about them. Um, probably put them like right here below them. No, okay, like right here. I think. Yeah, you don't really have a lot of information about them. Okay, so here we enter. Uh, no way. Okay, no, okay. The workers appeared in the Sounds of Nightmares as well. Yeah. and these as well. Um, the workers, I mean, they were creepy. I feel like they kind of resembled the Shadow Kids and the Glitching Remains, but like more oh, what's it called? More sentient. That's the word, right? Yeah, they were like a more active version of them, I think. And honestly, they made for some really creepy moments in the Sounds of Nightmares with great sound design and stuff. Um, I think I'll put them like right here. No, above the male recipient. Yeah, recipient. Um, probably above Noon's parents too, because again, we don't get a lot about them. The prisoners, their sound design was horrifying. Again, we don't see them except for in the Descent to Nowhere. I don't think we see them for a long time, for a very long time. So, um, it's been a while since I read the first two. I think they appear in the first two issues. Yeah, I think in issue two maybe. I haven't read the other two, so yeah. Well, we'll see. Mm, prisoners, I think they were really creepy. Probably put them right here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, no, I probably put them right here. I think. Yeah, the jailer. She was creepy. Um, I don't know if I've seen her in the comics yet, so I don't know if this was a spoiler or not. I mean, I've seen an image of her, so it's not anything that's really big of a spoiler for me. But um, mm, yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'll put her above the prisoners. I don't remember a lot about her, maybe because I haven't read about her yet. So yeah, the gooey-haired kid. For some reason, I theorized that this was the ferryman in disguise. I still believe that. I think the gooey, like smoked like stuff was just part of the transformation gone wrong, maybe. Um, again, with them not speaking in Noon's presence for some reason was also interesting. I think that's because the ferryman just can't speak in like a child's voice. It's very similar to what we saw with like the refugee boy's sister. Who also didn't speak, and that was basically just the ferryman in disguise as well. So I think that the gooey-haired kid was actually the ferryman all along. Think so. Um, I'm not sure about that. That's just an idea I got like straight from the first time that I really okay, not the first time, like I think the second time that I listened to the Sounds of Nightmares, I got that idea. Yeah. So that's interesting. I'll put them like right here, I think. Yeah. 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 Yeah, okay. I'll put them above the 2020 comics, I think. 2021 digital comics. The Beavers, they were really disturbing, honestly. I think Mike Bambridge or Super Horror Bro did a great job on writing them. Um, um, yeah, they were pretty creepy. I will say I liked them better than the Workers. I think I liked them better than the Ghost Kid. Yeah, probably like the same. Like I wasn't a very big fan of these kids. So like I'll probably put them above the gooey haired kid. That's really it, yeah. Jester is a great character. Like he's a sad character as well. Honestly, we have a lot in the sea already, but yeah, no, I'll put him above the fortune teller. I have to. The merchants. What image did they use here? Oh, it's another viewer, I think. Um, mm, I mean, they don't really appear a lot. I don't think they had a whole lot going on. They add a lot of depth to the world, though. I will say. So I'll put them above the kids right here. The shopping mall was great. I thought that was really cool. Um, it really reminded me of the flesh walls and like the signal tower, but just with more personality. Because again, the place speaks. I don't know. It gave me some weird liminal vibes almost. I don't know because there's no visuals. It's so interesting with the atmosphere in the shopping mall and like the whole speaking, the sound design, all of that was really great. I thought chapter three of the South Timers was really great overall. Um, I won't put it above the lady. No, probably right here. Yeah. Also as like not only as a location but also character. I think that was cool. Um, Otto's professor. He's very interesting. I will say. Some people thought that maybe the hypnotist was the professor, but like with all of these stuff we have hinting at like it being Otto, I don't think it's the professor. I really don't. Um, he's interesting though. I think we might get more about him in Broken Promises for some reason. No, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Put him like right below the Beavers, I think. Um, Performing Kid. Performing Kids from chapter 4. Mm, uh, yeah, I think I'll put them like. I mean, again, they didn't have a lot going on. I think I'll put them like below the merchants. No, yeah, okay, I'll put them below the merchants. Rusty is a great character. He had a lot of personality. He was very well written, I thought. I'll put him above the victims. Why not? Yeah. And again, him making a performance in the main game is so cool, honestly. The Naughty Kids. Oh yeah, right from episode 5, written by It's Just Jord, the legend. Right, it's honestly my favorite chapter too. So that's really great. I think it was very well written. Like heads off to Jor for that. Um, I thought these kids they were very interesting too. I really wonder what's up with them. Like are they were they born into nowhere or like I really don't know. I never really thought about that, and now that I really started thinking about it, it's so interesting. I really don't know, but they're really interesting now that I think about it. Um, like right here, I think yeah. Um, the balloon-headed man. What did they use there? No idea. Um, Yeah, he was great. Again, even a resident with some personality, which I really enjoyed. Probably above these. Ethan, well, that's probably low. I'm very sure that Ethan is low. So my boy is to go up here, and I'm so excited to see where did he go? Oh no. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Um, you know what? I'll put him right here because he's definitely going to be a protagonist of again, these are like protagonists. I'll put them for later. Ruth's parents. Uh, it's been since like last year, since in September when the thing came out, when Lonely Ones came out. Is like the last time that I read the book. Like also like the only time that I read it. Um, so it's already been a year. Wow, but uh, gooey haired kid. I don't. I'll probably put him with Noon's parents right here. Yeah, Ruth's nanny. Oh yeah, she was very interesting. I'll put him above like the merchants, probably below Otto's professor. I think she had a lot more to her, right? Oh yeah, like the centipede. That confused me a little. I will say when I read, I was like, "Huh, a centipede?" Um, it's interesting to see like animals in the Riddle of Little Nightmares, though. Um, I feel like the centipede could have been explored a bit more. Um, but I'll probably put it like um, probably slightly. Okay, no, you know what? It made for some really creepy moments though while reading, so I'll put him above the merchants and like below the Gooby Yard Kid. Yeah, the performer was great and very well written as well. Um, kind of like yeah, kind of similarly to the Balloon Headed Man. I think they were both very well written. I think I'll put him above the Balloon Headed Man. Yeah, 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 I think so. Ball Pit Monster is kind of what we had in like right here. I don't remember a lot from this scene, so it's hard to say right now. I think I'll put it above because it's a lot more immersive with like reading about it, right? So I'll put it above the other ones. Needle and PJ, right, from oh, it's called Sickly Sweet. Uh, Again, I don't think they had a lot of relevancy. No, honestly, hold on. They're like protagonists. I'll put them below for later. Um, oh, what happened? Right here. Hush is another protagonist. Again, I haven't read the whole comics yet, so I don't know a lot of those. You know, I think I'll first do Altered Echoes. Why not? The crowd, I think they were really creepy. They didn't appear for a very long time. They didn't have a lot of screen time. I do think they were like their mechanic in the game itself was very fun, especially when you're playing in VR. I thought that was great. They could have appeared a bit more, but I like them. Yeah, I do. Probably yeah, okay, below the viewers, below the performer, below the balloon headed man. Yeah, okay, probably below those, but I did enjoy them. Yeah, I need to put some more in here. God, there's a lot in C right here. Mm, conductor, conductor was great. I think his gameplay could have been a bit, could have had a bit more variety, maybe. I did think he was a great character. He probably going in A, I think. I think just Bill. No, he was terrifying in VR though. I'll put him above the Hunter. Yeah. Should I put him above the Granny? No, no, no. It's probably going right here. Naturalist is up next, right? Yeah. Naturalist was really great. Um, uh, um, it was really creepy as well, kind of like the conductor. I think they're very close to each other. I think lore wise, is probably above the conductor, but do I enjoy him more than the conductor? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that I prefer the naturalist, also like gameplay wise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, you just go above the conductor. Yeah. Um. uh, oh wait, the baker's here because he appears in the cover, right? I don't think he appears in the comic unless it's a spoiler that I stumbled upon now. Mm, I mean, I don't know all of these characters because I haven't like seen. I've seen this one, pretty sure. The cleaners too. I think the movers were no, no, maybe the movers were like in a different comic. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read issue 1 and 2. Mm, the guards, I don't recall seeing them. Myra was a cool character so far. I really need to get the last two comics, I will say. I think Myra was a cool character. Marion was pretty interesting. I don't think we had a lot about him yet. So like I'll put him right here. This is based off of me reading the first two comics, right? And like it's been a while since I last saw them, so the guards, I don't recall seeing them. I'm gonna say don't know. Maybe they appear, but I just don't remember. The baker, I mean, they're a concept art character, so it's like I don't know. It's kind of like the barber and the same idea, right? It's like I don't know if they would have worked that well. I mean, the baker probably had a bigger area than the barber shop, but again, we don't really know a lot about him. I'll put him. No, okay, I'll put him like right below the barber. Yeah, Chief Downs. I think she appeared, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The cleaners appeared shortly. They'll probably go like no, okay, just below Marion. I think below the patients, below the shopping mall. I say I put Marion below the shopping mall. He's probably gonna get a lot more explored in the other issues, absolutely. But so far, he hasn't had a lot. I don't think, from what I can remember. So yeah, yeah. No, the cleaners will go right here. Um, the prison nurses. I think that's from like issue 3. I think I saw them in the cover. The resident in chains does appear. Let me put these right here. I don't think Akidia appeared. She looks familiar, but I saw a few from Windsor hasn't appeared. I don't. No, no, no. I don't know those. So it's like, mm, mm, yeah. So we have those Resident in Chains. I was gonna rank them. Uh, I don't recall them really appearing a lot at all. I think they maybe only got one frame. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Again, it's been a while since I read, so I'm not sure. Um, I'm gonna put them above the workers for now. No, okay, just below the workers. Yeah. So far, the workers were a lot more. What is it? They really pull you in a lot more because of like the audio, mainly the audio being there and all of that. Now on to can I make a extra list? Yeah, okay, I can. So let's make. I kind of don't want to put the protagonists in one thing, right? So I'm gonna put them. Okay, you know what? I'll put them below. I'll put them below. Yeah, at a row below. And we're gonna make it. Oh, uh, protagonist. Oh, there we go. We'll just make that. Okay, let's just go ahead and make that like darker blue. Okay, so first of all, Lo is my favorite protagonist. Alone, like no, okay, let me say it like this. Lo has a fantastic character design, I think. Um, him just like he spent years in the nowhere looking for a way out, right? And um, just how he just how he hasn't given up hope, like his description says, and it really returns in his character. Like note how he's instead of wanting to sink lower and staying in the nowhere, he wants to escape. So he wants to. What's the opposite of sinking? It's rising. And then what do birds do? They rise. So that's why he wears a bird mask, I think. And it's like it's kind of what birds do, you know. So it's like rising really returns in his character. I think it's and then alone, literally being a pilot. What do pilots do? They fly, they rise. It's like giving Lois sort of hope, and like they both have so much more personality than Mono or Six. Um, and I just really, really like Low and Alone. I love all of the protagonists. I love Mono. I love Six. These two are my two favorites when it comes to protagonists. Um, Actually, I think I'll put Dime above Mono, and then Mono right here. I really love Mono. I do. Don't get me wrong, but I thought he lacked personality. Same for Six. And again, there's reason for that in the main game, in Little Numbers One, but there's less of a reason for that in Little Numbers Two because she's not. Her soul hasn't been divided yet in the majority of Little Numbers Two. Uh, so it's like she hasn't really lost much of her personality, unlike in Little Numbers One. So I'm like, she could have had a lot more personality. I wish that we saw more of like Mono and Six's dynamic in Little Numbers Two. Dime, I instantly got attached to. I love her design. Um, I just think she has a great design. She has so much personality. Like the animations and everything in the backstage chapter were just great to see. I really liked her and Loz's dynamic as well. And then them like all three of them being together in at the end of the chapter as well. I thought it was just great. I really thought so. Yeah. So Mono goes right below, I think, and then Six. Yeah, it might be a hot take. It might be a hot take. I think so too, but I'm gonna put them like this. Yeah, I'm gonna put them like this, and then Rinko Grow. While she's great, and I think she's CC at this point, I'm pretty sure that she is. I don't. I'm pretty sure that Ethan is low, so I'll put them beside each other. Um, Raincoat Girl is just like um, she's cool and she's very lore relevant. She didn't really have any personality though. Not really. And just very little nightmares. Unfortunately, is a bit more forgettable, even though it's a great game. I really enjoy playing Very Little Nightmares. It's just not a game I would play as much. I don't know. She's like a little less intriguing to me when it comes to like how much I like the characters. Right? She don't get me. Raincoat Girl is a very interesting character. She's just like lower on the list, honestly. Do I prefer Runaway Kid? I could feel he didn't have a lot of personality, but I could feel for him in the ending of the DLC, right? I could care for his character. He has a very sad demise, and I could feel for that. I don't think it's the best ending, but it's up there, I think. And I like his how simple his design is. His design isn't that crazy. He's kind of like Rinko Grow. He's a bit more forgettable. I'll put him right here. I like him though. Um, Now on to Dark Six. Yeah, there's gonna be another hot take here. I mean, I kind of need to divide from the headcanons that I have for Dark Six. Um, I even gave her like an actual name instead of just Dark Six, but whatever. I okay. I think Dark Six was a cool character overall, lore wise as well, and then playing as her in Altered Echoes was honestly so cool. Again, you don't really get any personality from her in Altered Echoes because again, you play in VR as her, so kind of like your own personality coming through. But so not looking at personality, obviously, it's gonna be like she's a cool character. I'll put her right here. I prefer her over Six. I think so because I think she's a bit more intriguing than Six. I mean, they're kind of one and the same, honestly, but yeah. Emmy, again, I don't know a lot about her. She's definitely the monster baby, though. That's very evident in like design and everything. Um, the gnome, yeah, like I don't know. Should I put her in? Don't know. I'm. I don't really know a lot about her. She has some lore relevancy for sure. I don't know a lot about her. I'll put her at the top. I'm very excited to hopefully be able to see Broken Promises because I don't know when that's releasing. But the gnomes, I mean, yeah, I gotta put the gnomes up there. I mean, they're kind of protagonists. Like, no, okay, you know, what, I'll put them in residence after all. I like the gnomes. They give some life to the place. This is kind of no, okay. You know, what, I won't put them in between residents. It's kind of hard to do, so I'll just put them. I don't want to really put them like. I don't want to like them better than I pretend. I like the gnomes. I'm putting them in the list. They aren't really. Wait, where did I put them? They aren't really ranked here, I guess, because I just don't know where to put them. I really don't know. I like the gnomes a lot. They give a lot of life to the place. I liked how they used them in Little Number 3 a lot. Having them in like one chapter, having them appear shortly in the necropolis, like hidden, was really fun to see. Uh, yeah, I think like for storytelling as well. I think they were used very well in Little Number 3 and just the other games. I like them as well. I mean, they don't really appear in Little Numbers 2, so I guess yeah, no, they appear in the DLC obviously, but yeah, I don't know. I like them. Ruse Ruse was an interesting character. Um, she made some decisions in what was what is it, Lonely Ones, that kind of bothered me. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything potentially, but there's a moment and then she just reacts in a way that makes me go, "What are you doing? Why would you react this way at all?" It kind of bothered me, and I'm not sure if there was a reason for that or not. I don't know. She felt a bit out of character at like one or two moments. She was a very interesting character. I really like her as a character. So I'll put her like um probably below six right here. Yeah. Yeah, no, that seems I was interested in her story and everything. So again, I'm not putting the gnomes at like least favorite here. I just don't know where to put them. Um Feast, what I don't remember a whole lot about him. I think I like him less than Runaway Kid, and then Mim, she's probably like right beside Feast. I think she had a little less personality. Um, I don't know. It's been a while since I read The Lonely Ones. I do know that I had a great time with it. Um, PJ and Needle. I mean, no, I don't. I didn't really enjoy them. I don't think they had a lot of relevance to the thing either. I don't think Sickly Sweet was like the best thing they've done. It's not. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't. I had a lot of fun just talking on Discord while I was watching it with some friends, right? I had a lot of fun there. It wasn't the best event they've done, but it was just a cute little thing that they did while we waited for Little Miss 3 to release. And like you gotta appreciate all the work they put into the marketing and everything. I really enjoyed that. Hush, I haven't read all of the issues, so I can't say a lot about her. I think we ended with like a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of issue 2 about her. Um, she's an interesting character, I will say. I think, okay, so we have CC in the list, right? We have CC somewhere here in the list. So, not looking at Rinko Grow at CC, I think I'll put Hush above Rinko Grow. Yeah. So, Oh wow, that's everything. So yeah, I think this is my list. Let me see. Yeah, supervisor definitely an S tier, S plus. Hypnotist and the puppeteer. The puppeteer is definitely my favorite. I thought the teacher was great too, and the kin and mini kin definitely belongs with the kin. Honestly, um, janitor is great. Monster baby, a little less, but I really like her too. Sound design and everything. She was great. Um, Finman, I'm not the biggest fan of Finman, but he's still a cool character and has some cool gameplay. So yeah, no, I'm gonna say that this is my list. Yeah, that's probably it. So yeah, I'm gonna save this right here. I'll do that in a bit. But yeah, this was my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll probably put this out as an actual video too. Uh, yeah, yeah, no, I think that's it. Oh wow, we have like nothing in F. Honestly, there's no character that's terrible. Uh, apart from some of those, like the dump monster and the shoe monster and the man right here. I'm not a big fan of them. Uh, but honestly, you know what? Put them right here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. This is my list right here. Um, yeah. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Um, I put a poll up a while ago, asking whether I should do a character ranking or chapter ranking first. Many people voted for characters first and then the chapters. So I will do a stream soon, hopefully, where I will be ranking all of the Little Numbers chapters as well. Uh, so yeah, without further ado, yeah, no, that was it. Honestly, yeah, yeah. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.